Hello everyone, back with another pretty simple tier list here. I'm just going to be ranking amount of times you've slept for, going from 30 minutes up to like above 12 hours. So this should be pretty straightforward. I think you all know what sleeping is, so we'll get started. Our first time we've got even, is 30 minutes. That 30 minutes is like a short nap, you know. It's a bit on the shorter end for a nap, you know. I think if you're gonna bother having a nap, you want at least probably an hour. But 30 minutes could refresh you a bit, but not good enough for me personally. I don't think. I'd say probably a D. Then we have 1 hour. I think a good nap length, 1 hour. You know, get a solid hour in, feeling refreshed. You haven't wasted like all your day. Yeah, 1 hour nap. B tier. 2 hours. I feel this is sort of a long nap, you know, you're kind of still feeling alright. But once again, maybe a bit on the longer end, but I think 2 hours is also fine for a nap, just about. We'll go C. 3 hours, I think this is probably the cut-off point. I guess it's probably just about maybe a really long nap, but you wake up, you feel like you've slept for too long. Yeah, I think 3 hours is getting too long for a nap. You know, you're probably starting to feel a bit groggy. I think 3 hours is like E tier. And then 4 hours is like you've gone past a nap. You now just had a short sleep. 4 hours, I think it's potentially probably the worst on here, because that's a sleep. You're just waking up. You're tired still. You haven't had enough sleep. 4 hours is awful. I think. I'd say F tier. 5 hours, not much better, but you know you've got an extra hour. I think 5 hours is also pretty bad, to be honest. You know, if you're waking up and going, "Oh, I've had 5 hours sleep," you know, you're not feeling good, are you? I don't think. I think 5 hours is probably E tier. 6 hours, I feel like you're back up to manageable at 6 hours. You know, like it's not ideal, but you're like, well, you know, I got 6 hours in at least. So you can definitely get through the day with 6 hours of sleep. I'm gonna put it. I'll put it C. Then we have 7 hours. A good amount, to be honest. You know, 7 hours. You can definitely manage on 7 hours. I'm gonna say probably C again. You have 8 hours. Sort of the kind of standard, you know, people sort of recommend to get is like, you know, 8 hours of sleep a night. You know, I think that is probably about that for me as well. I think 8 hours is quite nice, you know. I'd say probably an A. 9 hours. You know, you've treated yourself. Had that like that hour lying. And you know, you've gone to bed an hour earlier. You know, you've been proactive like that. I want this extra bit of sleep, catch up a bit. I think 9 hours is also A tier. 10 hours. I think this for me is like the luxury. Like, if you've got yourself 10 hours, you're feeling good. You feel you're ready. You're relaxed. That's a sort of, you know, you sleep in on Sunday morning. Have like a big lie-in. Have 10 hours. Nice recovery. I think 10 hours for me is it's S. Any longer than that, and you start getting worse. I think 11 hours. Like I said, I think you've probably got a bit too much there. I mean, if you've had a bad night's sleep the night before, you might need to catch up a bit. But 11 hours, I think you're starting to get a bit too long, but still manageable. I'll say 11 hours, probably in the B tier. If you're getting up to 12 hours, I think you've been asleep too long. You must be extremely tired the night before or something. If you're sleeping for 12 hours, yeah, it's not for me. I think D tier. Then plus 12 hours, I think you must either be ill or you just didn't go to sleep at all the night before or something. You know, 12 hours, I have occasionally done it, mainly when I'm ill. But you just feel like so much, like, that's over half a day just gone. So I think over 12 hours is probably E tier. Okay, that was my sleeping time rankings, something a bit different. Let me know what you thought. If you have any tier lists you want to see, let me know as well. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.